Guys, I actually sold all my Bitcoin. I think this is the bear market start. Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. Don't get worried. I just wanted to grab your attention to bring you a very, very interesting video on the Bitcoin price that actually dumped multiple $1,000s within the last 24 hours. And the question now that everyone is asking, are we actually going to fall all the way down to the mid $20,000 levels like you actually mentioned in your last video? As you guys remember, by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to smash up a like here on this video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell next to the subscription button so you don't miss out on any future uploads. But as you guys know, I mentioned to you that there could be a new long opportunity coming, actually with a retest here of this falling wedge if we are able to bounce off of it. But guys, as you know, if we're taking a look at the chart, the Bitcoin price not at all managed to actually bounce off here our beautiful falling wedge. As you guys can see, the price level of the $42,000 level that was actually the support we should have held completely got destroyed by the bears. We also had some negative news coming out for Bitcoin yesterday. I mean, a few whale addresses actually sold, so it could even be that this is a slight manipulation here, but I don't really think so. This looks rather to me like a drop coming from a more or less bearish news and some whales selling, and that's why I'm not worried at all here, because first of all, I didn't open any long trade. We didn't bounce off the falling wedge. No long trades were opened, and I even mentioned in my yesterday's video here, let me take a look at 450, that if we are not able to bounce, that I actually think that a next bigger correction is the higher likelihood, and this exactly happened. We broke below the $42,000 level, and as soon as that happened, we completely dumped all the way down to the $37,000 level, exactly as we expected. The $42,000 level was very important. We broke it to the downside, and boom, we saw a massive correction here. Now the question is, do we have any chance of reversing? As we can already see, we are right now bouncing here off our falling wedge. Also, this is visible on the daily time frames. The only problem is that I have with that a little bit is that this falling wedge pretty much already ended. The support and resistance lines already crossed at an earlier point, so this falling wedge more or less looks like it got invalidated. And the next bigger supports, if we are taking a look here at the VPVR, are actually right below us. So we have a lot of support, a big support zone below us. The problem is that if there is extreme fear in the market, and I also noticed that not only on the Fear and Greed Index, but also slowly in the YouTube comments, at least on my German channel. I have to say, I have an English and a German channel. The English community is always super friendly and happy. Even if the Bitcoin price dumps, I think most people here in the community on the English channel understood that hodling long term is something that will, at least for now, or in my expectations, no financial advice here, will work out in the long term. I'm a long-term Bitcoin believer, and I'm in the market since mid of 2016. I've seen all kinds of stuff, and I really have to say that this price movement here doesn't really surprise me at all. We didn't hold the $42,000 level, and we expected this dump, so nothing to worry about yet. But one thing I can already tell you, which maybe will be a happy news for you, I actually scaled up my 3x long positions. As you guys know, I have a 3x long trade, a very small 3x leverage long trade open. I opened it at $47,000 for the potential W reversal that we were forming here, which didn't happen because we didn't break above the neckline, right? So I had this very small trade open with a 3x leverage, which I opened with a 3x leverage because I said, okay, if we are not breaking out of this W pattern, I have to expect a big correction, and I want to make sure that I can scale up this trade step by step all the way down, in the worst case, to the $22,000 level, where then I'm very confident that Bitcoin is actually going to bounce, because if Bitcoin is not going to bounce off of our 11-year support on the weekly time frame, and we are always getting rejected of our 11-year resistance, and the first thing that breaks for Bitcoin is not the 11-year resistance, but the 11-year support. I mean, guys, okay, then, I mean, we have to agree that maybe it's not looking all too bullish for the future for Bitcoin, and maybe we even will see a massive horrible bear market with crazy prices nobody ever expected to see. But since this is highly unlikely, the chances of this are almost zero that we will long term in the long term break this 11-year support to the downside. I'm actually preparing myself that this support is the support that will hold the latest, right? We are going to bounce probably earlier, but the latest at this point here, in my opinion, 99% sure about that. No financial advice, just my own opinion. And that's why I'm preparing myself here with the 3x trades to scale them up and then have a very nice average entry point of maybe $29,000 with a very big trade where all the time while we were here correcting with every single reversal, I had the chance to have a massive nice long trade, right? With every single reversal chance, I had a nice chance to have a big, nice long trade that I could scale up. But instead, I'm actually just taking these long trades with a low leverage, opening them, I'm not losing any money, opening them again, not losing any money, opening them again, not losing any money, opening them again, not losing any money, till finally the bounce comes and boom, this trade and all the trades that are opened above are going to go into profit directly because I move the average entry price down, and this is something that is super, super overpowered if you are long-term bullish on Bitcoin, because then you can just use these corrections to actually scale up your long positions step by step and then bounce or start into the bounce with an already massive long position that doesn't really have any more risk. Since it's only a 3x leverage, you were able to put the money in over time, over a longer period of time, so you also don't have to open a trade all at once, and you always had the chance to make profits if one of these reversals would have been successful. So this is a very interesting strategy that I've been following within the last few years. As you guys know, we opened massive long positions down here. We started with 3x. We started with 3x long positions somewhere here. We scaled them up, and then boom, we saw the massive run up. I had trades with I had a $19 million trade open, multiple $1 million is profit, as you guys know. When we saw here this big dump, oh my god, I can remember it. When we saw this massive dump to the downside within one day, I remember I had a trade that was huge, a $10 million trade with I think $3 million in profit, and I went on a jet ski for 1 hour and I came back for the jet ski. The video is online on my YouTube channel here somewhere. I came back and I got completely wrecked. $2 million or $2.8 million in unrealized profits gone, and $500,000 in real margin and equity. So this kind of stuff can actually happen when you are not careful with your liquidation prices and you don't scale up early enough, or you don't have automated limit orders in place right above your liquidation price yeah, I thought 1 hour we will not dump 15% in an hour, but it happened, and that's why I also wanted to make sure that if you are following this strategy with the 3x leverage and scaling them up to the downside, please make sure to have your limit order set. Don't forget about it, because otherwise you might get liquidated with a 3x leverage, which wouldn't have happened if you would have followed your strategy of doubling it. If it's your strategy, I'm doing it like that in a bull market, in corrections. So yeah, but guys, nothing to worry about. I'm still slightly not more bullish than bearish, but I'm in the long term, I'm always bullish. So also now I'm slightly more bullish than bearish on Bitcoin, because I think that in the long run we will reach new all-time highs. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I think most people will agree that in their opinion as well, I'm not wrong here, that this is only a small correction or bigger correction to wash out all the people that joined the market now this year. I mean, so many people bought here also at the higher prices. Newcomers, the market wants to wash them out. The market wants to give them massive panic. The market wants that they buy high, sell low, and our community, we are the ones that are exactly not doing that. At least if you are not getting driven by your emotions, guys, that is very important. Don't get wrecked by your emotions, and that's why I'm also here happy, guys. I mean, I have a very, very big hodling portfolio in Bitcoin. Drops like this in dollar value, my portfolio decreases. I mean, I cannot say, but it's very, very interesting numbers. Let's say it like that. And I don't really worry about it, because I only try with then trades and stuff to accumulate more Bitcoin. This is the only interest I have, actually, accumulating more Bitcoin in my hodl portfolio, and I'm not really looking at the dollar valuation of my portfolio at all. I really don't care. But guys, let's say keeping an eye on the Bitcoin price is now for sure a good idea, because there is a chance that we are reversing at the $38,000 level. We have a lot of VPVR support below us. So I just scaled up my trade, my 3x long, like I said, a little bit. And now let's wait to see if we bounce here, if we can maybe form a reversal pattern. Maybe here is somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders or something like that. But as long as we are not forming any new reversal pattern, I will just keep an eye on the Bitcoin price and stay on the sidelines. But guys, now thank you for watching. Smash up a like, don't forget to subscribe. We are going to see us in the next one. Till then, bye.